So I topped off my electricity in Memphis earlier today, but you could see now it says 162 miles left, and I want you to look, my distance is 160 miles. Now when I left Memphis, which was only maybe 60 or 70 miles ago, that number was about 30 miles lower than that number. Now they're almost exactly the same. But I am running faster. I'm running 80 miles an hour. I think it's doing these estimates based off of speed limit, not off of what I'm running. You can see I'm running 10 miles faster than the speed limit. So just know, if you're going to run faster than the speed limit, that number is going to drop really fast. I'll have to go back and look at the film, but I'm going to say I was 40 miles higher than the distance that I was going to drive, and you could see that now they're almost exactly the same, and I still have 2 hours and 15 minutes in the trip. So if you base it off of I've lost 30 miles or 40 miles in an hour, a little over an hour of driving, then I need 80 more miles to get home. And so this is going to be a situation, because I'm trying to get home and take my wife to supper. We have a reservation at 7:45, and you can see it shows my arrival at 7:17. So if I stop and use the bathroom and charge for 10 minutes, that will get me there, if it'll get there on time, but it ain't gonna really do much to help me. So I'm walking the tightrope here, friends. This electric car is about to get me in trouble. I feel like Stevie Ray Vaughan walking the tightrope. All right, so I'm getting off here on Christmasville Road, exit 85, heading back east towards Nashville. This is Jackson, Tennessee. This is where I stopped coming to Memphis. So I've had to charge quite a few times. Now I've got over 1,000 miles on the car. I think I had 300 on it when I started, or maybe 350, I can't remember. So I've put quite a few miles on it. But I had things I had to do. So I've charged at home before I left. I charged here on the way. I charged in West Memphis, Arkansas, a full charge. Then I charged at the Target, a full charge. And now I'm back here charging again, a full charge. I'm not going to be able to get a full charge. I'm just going to top off, because where I find myself right this moment is in a situation where I'm trying to get home, and I've got 145 miles trip and 138 miles left. That, I'm not going to take that chance. I need to run to the bathroom, so my plan is to hook up. Now, this particular one here is set so that when you hook up, it's going to recognize my vehicle and automatically start charging. I don't have to do anything. I hope. That's the plan. So we're getting ready to find out. We're going to pull into this speedway down here, or actually it's a pilot that I'm going to. And naturally, I've got a big truck in front of me. I'm hurting for time, and I've got a stoplight and a big truck in the way. But I'm going to that pilot station right there. Stay tuned. All right, so we're moving again, but I have no choice but to make this stop, because I'm not showing as much mileage left on my car as is required to get where I'm going. And whenever you get around these truck stops, you're always dealing with trucks, which is aggravating. But we're going to pull up right here real quick. You see what my time in is, 5:16, and it shows my time at home at 7:21. And the problem is I've got a dinner date with my beautiful bride at 7:45 is when we got to be there. So I'm gonna hop out real quick and get this ball rolling. And I do need to use the restroom, so. All right. Payment has been authorized. It automatically knows my car. And it's connecting to my vehicle. I heard a relay click way over there. Checking cable safety. And I turned the car off to conserve power while I'm gone. All right, connected to the vehicle, matching voltage. All right, state of charge is 49%, time elapsed is 2. So we're going to see where we are when we get back. Remember, 49%. So I'm showing 50% in here. So the time out is 5:17. Stay tuned. So I've been here about 6 minutes, and it's charged from 120 something to 171. It's charged from 49 to 59. That's pretty fast in 7 minutes, 6 minutes. I'm going to try to charge about 10 minutes. And to give me, I feel like that'll give me enough. And if I'm running 80, like I'm planning on to continue running 80, because I got to get there on time, it's still chancing it. Wow, this is, if you're traveling and you drive fast, this is a problem. If you're just twinkling around town, no big deal. And I'm charging this thing, by the way, to 100%. And the car gives you all these warnings: do not charge to 100%, charge only to 80, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. It just tells you that over and over and over again. If I only charged to 80%, I couldn't make this trip. It wouldn't work. But it is charging very quickly, I will say that. So we're going to look at let's see if it gives me the information here. Charge in progress. So we've been going, it doesn't tell me how long here. Well, it does. 7 minutes and 49 seconds. And it's gone from 49 to 61, you see, in almost 8 minutes, which is pretty fast. But boy, I'm trying to make this happen, and it is, I feel like the bandit. I'm eastbound and down, load them up and truck them, but I'm trying to do what they say can't be done. And I got a long way to go and a short time to get there, and a short amount of electricity to get there. And I'm assuming when it gets to 0, it's not going to just stop. But I ain't going to take a chance, I can tell you that. All right, my plan is to stop at 13 minutes in the session. So that put me from 49%, it's going to put me to 69%. And from 139 to 206, 207, somewhere in that neighborhood. So let's get out and unhook. You know what, I'm going to wait. I'm going to let it be 70%. See how long that takes. But I've lost 14 minutes sitting here, and we don't live where the restaurant is. So I've got to go home and get her, but we'll move to her vehicle to drive to the restaurant. But I think it's going to say 0 miles by the time I get home. There's 70. All right, let's get out and unhook. So stop charge. To end the session, connector B tap in session. Okay. I want to make sure that it's saying that it's okay to unhook before I unhook. Okay. There it is. There's the, was $10. All right, let's get to home and pick up my bride and go eat and see what happens. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so this is where we ended up. It's 7:28. I'm actually going to be here on time. You see 0.6 of a mile left, and I'm showing 21 miles left on the how much electricity we have. And of course, it's freaking out because it's telling me to charge the vehicle soon, like I don't know. But it is just giving you a warning. And even if you clear the warning, let me clear it real quick. As soon as you clear it, it pops right back up. So I guess when that battery light comes on, it's the first time I've seen that battery light. But I am here in time to pick my bride up and get to the restaurant by 7:45. So it actually worked out. Wow. I panicked a little bit and told her to try to move the reservation to 8 o'clock, and I didn't need to. So there you go, friends. I still got 21 miles, and I will be home in a moment, just in time to pick her up. In fact, it's saying 7:30 instead of 7:31. So, all good. There we go. Learned a little bit, so I'll be charging it tonight, but I will change it to 80% because I'm not going to be going on a long trip back to Memphis until a little bit later. So last night I came home when I got back from eating with my beautiful wife and coming back from Memphis, and I put it on the charger. It went into some kind of crazy mode where it was doing all kinds of stuff. There was a battery light on, and it was warning me that it was even saying that it was limiting my acceleration and that kind of stuff. It got that low. I put it on my home charger, and it's 2:45 this morning. I set it to 80 last night. I forgot to do it. They say that if you're just driving around town, to only charge to 80, and I forgot to do it in the middle of the night. I remembered, and I got up and adjusted it on my app. I had it set to 100%, so I did adjust it down, and you can see it's actually at 82%, even though it's showing 80 right here, that the next charge, when I looked at the stats on it, it was showing 82%. I don't know if it'll show it here, but I've got 1,184 miles on it. And so far, so good. I really like it. It's very smooth driving, and I definitely recommend this so far. The only issue is traveling. It's a little nerve-wracking, but other than that, it's all good. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're new to this channel, Adventures of the Spa Guy, I have more than 600 Elvis videos. And don't forget to check out my sidekick, Globetrotting with Trey. He has over 150. And we both focus on true Elvis stories and what really happened. So if you want to support this effort, make sure that you subscribe, like, and then join. That helps us to get more videos out there. Yes, it does.